Welcome to Drawfee, where we take your dumb ideas
and make even dumber drawings.
I'm Caldwell.
I'm Nathan.
I'm Jacob.
I'm Julia.
And today, y'all, we are embarking on an artistic journey to get our original art skills back. They were taken from us by the void, by the unknowable truth beyond. And we must reclaim them because today we are doing Fullmetal Alchemist original characters, Fullmetal Alchemist OCs, Fullmetal Sonas.
This suggestion comes to us from Hannah Mage or Hannah Mage or some other pronunciation.
The gift of the Hannah.
Please draw either knockoff Fullmetal Alchemist or Alchemist OCs. So we're going to do either one of those.
Well, we're going to do one specifically.
Yeah.
We'll see. There might be some twists and turns along the way. Jacob, are you going to get us started?
I'm going first because I'm the only one among us who's not seen the whole series.
Right.
I'm so excited to be on an episode where I actually know what I'm drawing about.
You actually know, and I don't know.
I know. This is a twist already.
Yeah, we're in for a wild time as it is already. So I figure I'll go first because I'll probably have the least understanding. So mine will be maybe more basic.
And we are going to, if you do a bad job, we're just going to punish you by spoiling things. So just that's going to be hovering over your head the entire time.
One bad job equal one spoil.
Yeah.
That's the going rate, bud.
We're trying to remain like vaguely spoiler free in this episode, right? Like some things are unavoidable, but
Like, spoiler, there's alchemy.
spoilers equivalent exchange.
If you draw a circle, you can have a sandwich. That's just how it works.
You can transmute your ham and bread and cheese and condiments into a sandwich.
That's all I would use my alchemy powers for.
The sandwich alchemist.
Yeah.
He's just lazy.
Full sandwich alchemist.
Yeah, we talked before. I think we want to draw these characters as if they were the portraits that they have on the eye catches at the commercial break stage of every show.
Oh, is that what we were doing?
That's kind of what I thought. So we'll basically do these.
Certainly no one told me that before I started drawing this character the way I'm doing it.
You do what you got to do.
It's like the beginning of My Hero Academia with the intro portraits for the first season, and then they just have the bad ball boy just very far away and just giving you a thumbs up.
Yeah. Yeah, they all flash on screen real
Close
quick.
and dramatic.
Yeah, everybody's close and dramatic and in a dynamic pose, and then just Minetta just...
Just as far away as we could get him.
Yeah, the class photographer was like, no, further back, further, keep going. Keep going.
He was creeping her out, so she made him stand further away.
Everyone's got a bad ball boy in their life.
Who's yours?
Sound off in the comments.
Who's your bad ball boy?
If you're the bad ball boy and you don't know it, make sure you tell your friends if they're the bad ball boy. We got to get better as a society.
And if you don't know a bad ball boy, think maybe you are the bad ball boy.
Yeah, look in the mirror. Do you have sticky balls on your head? You could be the bad ball boy.
Are you a pervy baby?
Are you a gross pervy baby that everyone hates?
This is an important PSA from Drawfee.
I like this cool, handsome dude you're drawing.
God, you just busted out that uniform so quickly. I love it.
Yeah, I'm getting that in there straight away. Before I get to kind of the crux of this dude's alchemy, a thing I like about the state alchemists, and that's obviously what I'm doing here.
Is their ruthless control of neighboring territories.
Yeah, their rampant imperialism gone wrong. No, I like that they all want to have kind of a thing.
Oh, yeah.
They all get a fun code name.
Yeah, Mustang's like the Flame Alchemist, and you got like the Crimson Alchemist, and like the, Iron Dicked Alchemist, or whatever they all are. So I feel like there's been a lot of alchemists that already have cool, like, things.
Yeah.
And this guy's trying to find his thing still.
Okay.
So this is like one of his early attempts at like figuring out what his cool thing is. He's the Oops All Legs alchemist.
Oh, no.
He equivalent exchanged his arms for more legs.
Oh, no. He committed the ultimate taboo?
He committed the ultimate taboo because he thought it'd be cool if, like, instead of arms, he just had more legs.
He looked at a horse and was like, that. I want to be that.
Yeah. And so he came in, to like the higher upper management, and he's like, is is this a thing? Can I be this type of alchemist? They're like, well, first of all, you committed a big crime. And second of all, this is obviously very stupid.
We're going to reflect this in your name by using the word oops.
Yeah, we don't know how to undo this thing you've done, so we're kind of impressed.
It's the Oops Alchemist.
He's committed the ultimate oopsie.
So many legs.
He also just can't do alchemy anymore because he doesn't have hands in which to do alchemy.
He just does real fat, ugly transmutation circles.
He just gallops in on his hands and feet and throws kicks, a vicious barrage of kicks.
Jacob, does he have like transmutation symbols on the bottom of his boots that he can use to like do awesome alchemy kicks?
Yeah, absolutely. So here's like kind of an example, you know.
Yeah, that's good.
He couldn't draw them on there himself. at this juncture.
Mom!
Mom, help!
I have to transmute.
Aw, dang it, I put on the wrong boots today. These aren't my alchemy boots.
I can't do any kicks today.
It's revealed later that his boots are actually his twin brothers.
I just want to give him a little like close-up face portrait to kind of match the aesthetic you guys were talking about.
Absolutely. This does feel more like the My Hero eye catch, where it's like all their likes and dislikes.
Yeah.
Wait, what's this? All right, so it's the Oops All Feet. It's the Oopsie Footsie Alchemist, but what is their
Oopsie Alchemist.
What is their actual name? Everyone in Fullmetal Alchemist has like a badass, vaguely European sounding name.
Like Armstrong is the strong arm alchemist.
Yeah. This guy's name is like Sturgis or something.
It does sound like a horse thing.
Yeah. Sturgis Thoroughbred.
Sturgis Thoroughbred.
Oh, that's very good.
The all-foot alchemist.
That's great.
And the thing is, though, he loves it. Like, you can tell by his face that he's like, I nailed it.
Here's the thing, is that when Scar comes for him, he's like, no, and just drops to all fours and gallops the fuck away.
Yeah, every alchemist makes the mistake of trying to engage Scar one-on-one. You just gotta run away.
Yeah, he goes and picks up reinforcements like no one's business.
You're just
Tosses
like,
them on his back.
You look like you're gonna be a main character, so I'm gonna wait for you to have your, moment of clarity and possibly change of heart.
Exactly.
So I'm not gonna try and fight.
Oh shit, this guy hasn't undergone a hero's journey yet. I gotta book it.
Yeah.
He doesn't have a basic face. I gotta go.
I gotta get out of here.
So can he turn other things into feet, or is this just it?
Well, he got in a lot of trouble. So he can. He knows how.
Uh-huh.
He spent a lot of time learning how to do this thing. And then because he totally, goofed up and forgot you're not allowed to do it. So they're like, we'll let you stay in, the state alchemist, but you can't turn any other people's arms into feet. That's literally the one rule we told you about.
There is an episode where he takes off his boots and they were just hands underneath. He just put boots on his hands. He lied.
It was all a big goof.
And his feet are hands as well.
This dude doesn't know how to do alchemy at all. He just put boots on his hands and was like, I did it.
The alchemy equivalent of pretending to be pregnant by putting a basketball under your shirt.
Yeah.
This is my transmutation circle.
Transmutation circle.
How did it take so long?
All right, here's a Sturgis Thoroughbred, the all-foot alchemist.
Yay! I love him. Fullmetal Alchemist. That's what we have to say whenever we finish the drawing.
Fullmetal Alchemist.
The next person to draw has to say it. So Nathan, you want to break me off one more?
Fullmetal Alchemist.
Great. All right, Nathan.
Yeah.
What are you going to do? What's your sona?
I'm going to draw a homunculus because
Ooh.
I think the homunculi are very cool
They are.
in Fullmetal Alchemist.
Yeah, in Brotherhood, they're really cool looking. I haven't actually seen the original series of Fullmetal Alchemist.
Same.
Because I heard very bad things about it compared to Brotherhood.
I heard mixed things.
I heard that it's worse than Brotherhood. But the homunculi in Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood are simultaneously cool and dopey looking, but the one in the movie, I hate them.
Which one in the movie?
The live action movie.
Oh.
Nathan showed me some clips from it.
It's unbelievable.
It's something.
They look like some real cool CG, right?
There's some cool 3D world going on in
Absolutely.
that.
Nathan, you're starting off strong here. There's some interesting things going on this screen.
My biggest problem with the homunculi is they all look too cool. So I thought maybe I'd do one that's like maybe a little less cool.
Which sin does this homunculus represent?
Right. So that's the thing, because they're all named after sins.
Which is cool again.
Which is cool again. I had to come up with another sin. And the thing about the sins is a lot of them are just greed. but for a specific thing.
Different stripes, agreed, yeah.
They're just desires, right? So, like, envy is the desire for other people's stuff. Greed is the desire for stuff. Gluttony is the desire for stuff to put in your gob. Lust is the desire for stuff to bone down on.
Yeah, sure.
And then wrath is just the desire to be mad.
I love to be mad.
This is just Nathan's takedown of the balance. He's like, you made a YouTube video about the balance issues with Judeo-Christianity's sin system.
Please patch immediately.
These sins are super unbalanced. Please fix and smash 5. So wait, what is the name of this homunculus then? Is it going to be a desire-based sin, or is it something separate?
It is going to be a desire-based sin, and I might be dating this episode, but I feel
Okay.
like stuff like this comes up from time to time regardless. But this is nostalgia.
Oh, yeah. You're making a lion-o, huh?
Okay.
I see what's going on here.
Because again, like, these are all like basic human desires.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just like in the extreme, like too much of anything is going to be bad. Like, there's nothing wrong with liking stuff that you remember. But when it becomes your whole identity and consumes you, that's when you become kind of a shit.
Yeah.
So this is nostalgia, the ultimate memory.
Yeah. Nostalgia, the unsatisfiable.
That's wonderful.
So he's just like, he meets the Fullmetal Alchemist and says, I think the 2003 version was better.
Yes, he is constantly breaking the fourth wall.
Oh, fun. I love it when characters do that.
He does have a fedora.
I feel like he doesn't get to hang out in the cool underground clubhouse with all the other cool homunculi
Yeah.
who like wear all black and like hang around a real crazy laboratory. They don't let him in there at all.
And he is sad.
Yeah. Oh, and he's crying all the time. I like that.
It's like those bad guys from like Advent Children. He's real strong. Like, he's a powerful force.
Yeah, but he's a real sad Sephiroth, like those boys from Advent
Yeah.
Children.
Don't invite him. All he does is cry.
I do have a soft spot for when villains are just sad and just scream mama as they're attacking you. I think that's like very creepy and weird. Don't like it in my day-to-day, but if it's a villain doing it, good stuff.
Yeah, I'll take it.
Do they have the like homunculus little stripes and patterns?
Oh yeah, let me give him some of those.
Because they all have that weird kind of like plug dynamic that I like.
And I do think that like it's like gluttony does sort of break the sort of artistic style of the rest of the show. So I think it's okay that this guy's just sort of a lumpy mess.
He used to be better. That's what he tells everyone.
Yeah.
Oh no.
I was much better in 2003.
You should see that version. The explanation for where the homunculi come from in that one is it's better.
I was strong and powerful and everyone loved me.
Nobody watched it though.
Imagine the anime where this is the bumper that slides in to tell you it's commercial break. This image just comes across, and you're just like, I don't know about this.
I think I'm going to stop watching this.
The announcer just goes, Fullmetal Alchemist. Now, the thing about this homunculus is that they did try to remake them in 2011, but nobody cared. So, Nathan, I wish that you had time to do like a chibi reboot of this homunculus that people are actually going to like. Just a bunch of really talented alchemists remake this thing and make it pleasing for children.
That's how they defeat him.
A bunch of very talented, hardworking alchemists all get together, and they just make a very aesthetically pleasing, unified show that's easy to animate.
But what happened to the strong muscles and jaw lines?
I do like that too, though. I mean, I think that's why I like Fullmetal Alchemist so much. It's got all that. It's got big, lumpy, yummy monsters, and then it's also got just the squarest jaws around.
That's damn true. We were in Nathan's office yesterday, and Julia was trying to remember the name of a Fullmetal Alchemist character,
Yep.
and she was like, what's the name of the handsome man?
No, I said the pretty boy, I think is what I was
Who's
saying.
the pretty boy? We're like, what pretty boy? You're like, the pretty boy. We're like, which pretty boy? And she just kept screaming the pretty boy over and over again, Googling frantically.
Like you were talking to a parrot or something? It's
Yeah.
like, who's the pretty boy? Who is it?
Who is it?
Guys, it was Garfield.
It was Garfield. Garfield was the pretty boy.
Atelier Garfield, the automail expert. Yeah.
He has the beautiful mustache,
But also the jaw.
but also the jaw. Yeah, he's got it all. It's unfair. He's the real winner of that series.
I'm picturing Julia just lying on a couch being like, who are the pretty boys?
Where's the pretty boys?
Bring them to me.
She was feverish. You moved your drawing over so I could see the bottom of it better, and I love this like dookie pants squat he's in, which looks like he just filled up his diaper with dookie.
Oh, look at this. Look at that little beanhead.
Oh, he looks so happy.
I hate it when people rag on the beanhead. Beanheads are so fun to draw. It's just so pleasing.
They really are.
Jacob, you're all about that beanhead.
I love the bean, man. I don't know where I got it from originally. Probably you in part, Caldwell.
Yeah.
I gleaned the bean and I never looked back.
I don't know how to bean. I can't do the bean.
Julia, we'll teach you we'll teach you the ways of the bean if you can show us how to draw men whose faces look like beautiful toasters.
Oh my god, have we found the origin of all of my art styles? Just powdered toast man from Ren and Stimpy?
Oh my god, I think it is.
Oh no!
There it is. You took the one good thing from that show and you claimed it as your own. God, look at these two great aesthetically pleasing characters. So this is kind of like when they are defeated, this is like the form that they revert to. And everyone's like, oh yeah, this is much better.
No one is upset.
Yeah.
This is much more suitable for modern audiences.
Everybody's having fun. We're all just having fun on this show and all the time.
Nathan Yaffe, the salt art alchemist.
I'm very happy I got to draw this. Don't at me. Anyway, let's move on and continue talking about this good show that we like.
I'm going to do the announcer voice, and then it's going to transition to me. Fullmetal Alchemist.
I want it almost in like a questioning tone, like Fullmetal Alchemist?
Is it still the show?
Is this what we're doing?
I feel like we've gone off the rails a bit.
I'm going to draw another state alchemist, I think, is my plan. But the things that we have not checked in on yet are the automail side of things.
Oh, yeah.
I think this is going to be like an automail alchemist. But like maybe they did it on purpose so that they could better perfect their style.
So, like, they committed the taboo just so they could lose some limbs?
I don't think they committed the taboo. I think that they just, like, had their arms amputated so they could get cool, automail enhancements, essentially, because their technique kind of demands that.
Yeah, his whole thing is he goes around screaming, I don't want my body back. Please, no one give me my body back.
He's on a mission to definitely not get his body back. Hey, do you know where the Philosopher's Stone is? Well, don't tell me because I don't want my body back.
I really don't want it back. I don't want to know. I have a cool metal body now. Please leave me alone.
I can crush a mango with my hands. I'm so strong. I can open any jar.
Can we talk about how automail is one of the coolest names of a fake metal?
Yeah.
It's very cool.
It's so good, and it's like, the show didn't need it at all. It's already got a cool thing, but it was like, nah, there's going to be minimum 2 cool things, probably more cool things, but it just like right off the bat has like alchemy and then also robot arms.
Yeah.
But in a way that is like all at once steampunk and not steampunk. It's like minimum steampunk, so you don't have to feel like icky about it.
It's Steam Jock.
There it is. I love that. All right, I think I do need to give this guy a mustache, but it's going to be like a little it's going to be Armstrong adjacent.
Okay.
But I think maybe a little higher up.
He saw it on Armstrong, and he was like, ooh, I wonder if I can pull that off.
It's amazing that more people aren't just like aping Armstrong style in that
It's true.
world.
They're too scared to.
Well, they know that it's been passed down from the Armstrong family for generations.
Oh, yeah.
Is this like a happy worker at the varsity?
He looks
You're
like
not
a
far
chef.
off. This is Nathaniel Famous, the footlong alchemist.
Oh, it is the sandwich maker.
Yeah.
Caldwell, you brought it back.
Not the sandwich maker, the hot dog maker.
Oh, okay.
And what they do is they've got these chambers in their arms, and one of them has just pork fat in it. I'm just gonna draw a little pig here.
So he doesn't forget which one is which.
And then the other one has like wheat germ in it, so that they can always make hot dogs.
So, Caldwell, are you falling into the camp of hot dogs are not a sandwich? Like, are we gonna open that wound as well?
I think that maybe that's going to be like Nathaniel's big journey in the show. He's going to have to decide for himself whether they're a sandwich or not. And I think that maybe he comes from a long line of sandwich artists.
And so he wants to set out for himself.
Yeah, and it's kind of like him searching for his identity by trying to figure out if a hot dog is a sandwich. And then I guess he also probably defeats God at some point.
Well, that's why he's trying to open the gate of truth so he can ask the dude whether hot dogs are a sandwich
or not.
That's very good. Yes.
So we're like watching Fullmetal Alchemist, and we're following the Elric brothers, you know, in their quest to get their body back and discover the truth. And then occasionally it just cuts to this guy on a hot dog journey, and the stories never intersect. And
I want
you're
him to
very
be
confused.
in that same village that Winry goes to work with Garfield.
Oh, yeah.
He's like the shop that's across the street that she runs to for lunches.
Yeah.
Maybe he meets up with another, like, Shingese prince, because there are so many of those, and we only
It's
get
true.
to see 2 of them. I feel like more of them probably cross the desert to try and find the secrets, and they just end up with this dude, and they're like, ah, shit.
Well, they are always hungry, it seems. So, like, it would make sense that he would rescue one of them.
Can we talk about how cool Alphonsus Armor is?
Also, it's like the only thing in the show that doesn't make sense is just like, why did their dad have a full set of armor in the basement?
I mean, you've seen their dad. He's a weird dude.
He's definitely a weirdo. That's very true.
He's up to some weird shit all the time.
He was just like, just in case my sons try and pull something crazy, I'll leave behind a badass suit of armor so that maybe they could bring their soul back if need be.
The best part of Alphonsus' suit of armor is the loincloth for
Yes.
his armor modesty, I guess.
There is a big metal penis underneath.
A full metal penis.
We know 2 things about Hohenheim. He's a brilliant alchemist, and he's freaky deaky as well. So he did put a big old a big old metal donger on that armor suit. So the one last thing I want to add here is, of course, a condiment bandolier.
Oh my god, Caldwell. Does he spray the ketchup on the ground to make the transmutation circle?
Yes!
Here's another thing. Maybe his fingers could be the condiment jars.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, all right.
Keep the bandolier,
Yeah,
but
keep the
also
bandolier.
but
Those are his
also
reloads.
those are backup.
But it is canon that his fingers squirt out ketchup and mustard and relish and shit.
Yeah.
It is canon that his fingers are cannons.
All right, let me just kind of make them round at the top. And that'll make them look more like robot fingers anyway. The last thing I need to do is add some cool red lightning to symbolize that this is a hot dog being constructed from matter all around it. And then I'll be ready to toss this over to Julia, I think. What do y'all think about Nathaniel Famous, the footlong alchemist?
I love him.
Yeah, he's my new best friend.
He's great.
I like a guy who embraces the automail. Edward's always like, oh, I have this cool metal arm
I
and,
want my
and I hate
arms
it.
back."
It works just like a normal arm, except is really strong and can turn into knives, and everyone thinks it's rad, but I hate it.
Gives me a reason to stay in contact with my childhood friend Winry.
Sometimes my bones hurt when it rains, but otherwise I can beat up people real good. That's gonna do it for our guy here. I'm gonna give him red eyes. Maybe he's from Ishval. Who knows?
The Ishvalan hot dog man.
Yeah.
The Ishval and hot dog man. He's got a complex backstory. Julia, do you want to give me a Full Metal Alchemist and then take this over?
Fullmetal Alchemist. So here's the thing. In my top 2 favorite anime, it's kind of tied with Nichijou. Already has me in it, let's be honest.
Yeah,
I'm Hawkeye.
you're up in there.
So I feel like I'm going to have to draw me as a different character to distinguish us.
Yeah, there's a lot of confusion right now when people watch the show.
Yeah.
They're like, well, what's Julia doing in the show, and why are they calling her Hawkeye?
Yeah, what
Yeah.
is Julia and her dog in the show?
Yeah.
When Susan and I watched this show, which we just finished recently,
Oh, you made it to the end?
we made it to the end. The journey is complete. Those boys, they done did it. But when we saw Riza Hawkeye for the first time, we had to turn off the show because we were just like, it's Julia. That's Julia. That's Julia.
Is Julia in danger? Do we need to help her?
Yeah. So it is true that manga artist Hiromu Arakawa basically sniped your OC.
Yeah, she called me up and she was like, yo, you want to be in this? And I was like, yeah.
Yeah.
And she was like, do you mind if I don't give you any royalties? And you're like, what? And then she hung up.
Also, Jacob, how do you feel knowing that Caldwell's wife, Suze, has seen more of an anime than you?
I feel like I just got to be happy for her. You know, she's found an anime she could see through to the end, and knowing Suze, I didn't think that was something that was gonna happen.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
It's the one anime that she's watched all the way through. I do think that, like, if you ever needed a pull quote for Fullmetal Alchemist, I think it could just be, Caldwell's wife Suze liked it.
Yeah. It's a good anime to show people who aren't into anime.
Because you basically have to be like, all right, there's going to be 5 episodes up top where it's going to be a whiny teen boy who doesn't like being called short. But like at episode 6, that whiny teen boy is going to wonder why he doesn't know more about the genocidal history of his nation. And that's going to get you hooked.
And then you're off to the races.
Yeah. There's also a real sad dog.
Once you get to sad dog, you're in it.
Yeah.
You're in the thick of it pretty much.
Wait until you see this sad dog.
Julia, this is just you thus far.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's doing it.
Currently, there's too many Julias now.
Yeah.
There's
Yeah,
so
this is
many
gonna be even more
memes.
confusing for the average viewer. They've just like cut back from the 20 full minutes about the hot dog man to a different Julia, and they're like, "Is this the same Julia from before? I don't even know. Where's that alchemist with all the feet?"
Yeah, what happened to the foot guy? I liked him.
Things are so simple.
Things are so simple then.
I just like to imagine someone recutting just scenes from Fullmetal Alchemist and then just that guy just running in the background on all fours. Just like,
Scampering around. Oh, I'm coming.
Maybe his purpose as a state alchemist is to just make the boots for everyone.
He's the bootsmith.
Well, you know how you can be like an army barber.
oh man, now I'm just imagining the alchemist army barber who just like draws a transmutation circle on someone's head and then puts their hands together and they just get a rad style.
It's like, this seems like a lot of work. This seems like a lot of research that you had to undergo to be able to do this. Couldn't you just use the clippers? And they're like, no.
I'm the sweet hair alchemist.
I'm Sports Clips.
Sports Clips, the hair alchemist.
Oh, Julia, as an eye catch, this drawing is fantastic. I'll say that much.
The little intermissions always have such dynamic poses, so
Yeah.
I'm trying to mimic that like action that they do.
So what character is this going to be?
Well, I don't want to give it away yet.
Okay, all right. I'm sorry. I'm eager.
You're jumping the gun.
This is cool, Julia.
Yeah, this is very cool.
This is
Nate.
just Julia wanted to draw a self-portrait,
I did.
and
I did.
And it's cool and everyone likes
It's
it.
cool and good.
I wish that you could undergo evolutions in real life, and it would just be like you hadn't seen your friend in a while, and it's like, oh, did you? I just ran into to Craig the other day. He evolved into Cool Craig.
I was wondering when that was going to happen.
Yeah, he's Cool Craig now. He has a horn, and he makes $200,000 a year.
He gives a lot to charity too. He's very cool.
Yeah, it's not even like he's hoarding it or anything. He's got like a 401k. Does have a horn though. Horn can shoot goo.
Yeah.
Right, he's cool in a number of ways. He's just like a better conversationalist too.
And also, just got to reiterate, that goo.
That goo is
Incredible.
It can paralyze your enemies.
It's a very powerful goo.
A guy tried to cut in front of me in line, and Craig just gooed him right up.
He stands up for his friends. God, I love that guy.
Craig's use of the goo is somewhat morally gray, though.
Much like the goo itself.
It's like old oatmeal. Oh, damn it. Why didn't we draw Craig? Cool Craig.
The cool goo alchemist.
The cool goo alchemist.
What color, if you could shoot goo?
Excuse me?
Yeah.
What color goo you do?
A dirtier-minded man might say, Caldwell, I already shoot goo.
Oh,
no.
But I
Take that
would never say something like that.
I'm glad you didn't say that.
Yeah. This is my heel turn episode, guys.
Oh, no.
Nathan evolved into evil Nathan.
I spent too much time on the internet, and it hardened me.
Dude, evil Nathan. Yeah, well, you kind of drew the duality of Nathans there. You know, salty Nathan and then also sweet Nathan.
Yeah, you're a Sour Patch Kid, basically.
Speaking of, that would be my goo, would just be the General So's sour and sweet
Oh,
sauce.
yeah.
Oh, man, yeah.
A little sweet, a little tangy, a little spicy.
That's a good goo.
That is a good goo. Mine would probably be an aioli.
Oh, gross. I love aioli, but the idea of it being shot out at me is very unpleasant.
But the General Tso's sauce is fine.
I'm cooler with that for some reason.
Okay.
I think I'd go hot sauce.
Sure.
I always need a hot sauce, and sometimes I don't have any.
I'm picturing it also coming out of like a gland on my elbow.
Like Tape Boy from...
Yeah, like Tape Boy from My Hero. God, we were all talking about My Hero during this unrelated anime episode. Julia's just drawing her business card right now, by the
way. I'm so excited to see what is happening. How this has anything to do with Fullmetal Alchemist.
I mean, I do want to hire her very badly right now. I don't even have a job for her to do.
Okay, all right. One creepy eye. Let's count.
Tulia.
Julia has the power to become Tulia.
It's like whenever Julia draws, I just like learn Photoshop skills as well.
Was that just not just a copy paste?
Well, yeah, but then also just the opacity change and she's doing a bunch of cool stuff.
It's like
I know a lot of keyboard shortcuts.
It's like watching close-up magic.
Keyboard shortcuts are the alchemy without circles of the Photoshop realm, I think. It's like, he can use the clone stamp tool? What?
He can use the clone stamp tool without selecting it on the tool panel?
He can control brush size with a mere keystroke?
To switch tools with such speed.
Impossible. Can we give up on this fucking show and then just make the first Photoshop manga?
Yes.
Anyone watching this right now, don't steal this idea.
Like, it's ours.
It's ours. We came up with it. Mark the date.
Yeah, timestamp this. Put a big copyright transmutation circle on top of this so that it can be ours forever and always. Oh, Shadow Julia. I haven't seen her in so long.
You know, if this was a Full Metal Drawfee, if we had all made all of our OCs.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
I'm pretty sure that I would be father.
Oh. Poppy.
Daddy?
If he was called Daddy, could you imagine how much less threatening he would seem?
Fullmetal Alchemist Daddyhood.
You're the one behind everything. Daddy.
Daddy, why?
Don't come to me with your goo-goo gagas.
You are like a child with your alchemy. Okay, so there's a mouth. That, God, I love just everything about Fullmetal Alchemist is so good for so many reasons.
Yeah.
It's got the cool armor.
Uh-huh.
It's got robot arms.
Yeah.
It's got magic circles. It's got mouths where they don't belong. It's like a Drawfee episode, but good.
Got mouths and eyes all over the place.
Every which way. What are Daddy's powers?
Julia, what are Daddy's powers?
Oh, good. I'm glad.
What are Daddy's secrets?
You can tell when a Drawfee episode is good because we do break Julia at one point.
Why is it that I can draw the horrors, but the real horrors is listening to whatever sentence happens during it?
I feel like if one of us took this long on a drawing, number one, it would just be us erasing a lot as opposed to this, which is like some very practiced line work.
Mm-hmm.
Number two, yeah, we would get nowhere. we just, it's very fun. I feel like when you start drawing, we pull out the popcorn and just start having like a impromptu Mystery Science Theater episode.
Yeah, totally. We get all the banter time.
Yeah.
When I watch episodes back, I'm like, oh, I could have stopped drawing halfway through. All these extra lines I added did not add anything to the drawing. When Julia keeps adding stuff, it's all purposeful.
It's like when you go to a restaurant and they ask if you want Parmesan cheese and they're like, say when, but then we just never say when.
Yeah.
We just stare them right in the eyes.
Julia is the Parmesan cheese of Drawfee. You can't have a meal without it. Oh, God. I love these eyes.
Is that a little smile? Hey.
Hey, Daddy.
Hey, it's me, Daddy.
Hi, sons. Was that a hot dog you're making? Oh, I like it. I'm so proud of you.
Go bring me some Parmesan cheese. More Parmesan cheese, sir?
I need it.
Yeah.
I didn't say when.
Yeah. It's like, I could just leave this here. No. I want you to scoop it.
Continue.
Sir, I'm running out of cheese.
Continue.
How? But sir, there's no more cheese. We're out of cheese in the restaurant.
I'm putting the pen down, or else I'll keep adding eyes forever.
Awesome. This is so good. All right, so we should all together say Fullmetal Alchemist for this one.
I love it. Yeah, count it out.
3, 2, 1. Fullmetal
Fullmetal
Alchemist. This has been Drawfee. These are your Fullmetal Alchemist OCs from this episode. What a fun time. What a fun show. Watch Fullmetal Alchemist if you don't already. You could subscribe to Drawfee if you don't already also. You can check us out on Facebook and on Twitch. And like that, you could listen to Caldwell's very good Dungeons & Dragons podcast, Not Another D&D podcast.
Yeah.
It's very good. I'm on an episode of that. Even the episodes I'm not on, I will say, are still good.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's fantastic. He didn't have to say that. Hiromu Arakawa paid us to do this episode, but he did not need to praise my podcast. That's just out of the goodness of his heart, and that's very powerful. And maybe that's truly the potential that humans have, and that's why we'll survive as a species.
Maybe. Keep moving forward.
Don't lose your way.
Don't lose your way. Plus Ultra. Anime. We're sorry.
Guys, I've committed the ultimate sorry.
Sorry.
Sorry.